about Twitch? Are we good? Twitch, are we good? One second, guys. Just want to make sure that everything is up to speed. And I think it is. It's just my tab, my second monitor that is not responding, which is normal. There we go. All right. And let's open chat. And we are good to go. Hamad, how you doing, man? Thank you for being here as always. Mark, Swan, Flux. It's Flux Day. Did you guys catch the launch party this morning? Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Really, really glad. Flux. I've been working all day, but every time I had a chance, I just opened up the documentation just to admire this this library. Abdu, how you doing? Hi, thank you for being here. Jean-Pierre, Jean-Pierre. Hi, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining. So happy to see you guys. But yeah, it was interesting. You know what? Here's the thing I really liked about the launch this morning, and the fact that we could see everything like live, like being in the launch party with Caleb, watching it with watching those three guys launch everything. Really lets me know that it really doesn't matter if something goes off the rails. It really doesn't matter, because these three, Aaron Francis, I don't know the one in the middle was, I don't remember his name, but Aaron Francis, Caleb Porcio, these guys are like, we look up to them. They're like stars. And watching them struggle to get the Twitter live up and running, like three attempts, and watching Aaron Francis, which you know by the excellent quality of picture that he produces, just streaming from his car with the shittiest camera possible and the lowest connection that you can imagine, and seeing how after launch the website just slows down to a crawl, and they have to reboot the server and increase the capacity, everything live. It really shows you how little it matters that things go perfectly to plan. It really doesn't. Everything can go off the rails, and it doesn't matter. We still enjoy it. We still have Flux today. So just keep that in mind when you're doing something and you're struggling and things are not going to plan. Just think about, we're all in the same boat, and we all have kind of the same problems. So yeah, that was really interesting. One second. Always forget to set the AC. And I have something in my eyes or my glasses. I don't know. Oh, there you are. So, did you guys? Oh, chat disconnected and successfully connected. See, that's what I'm talking about. Let me just check if we still have the feed on YouTube. Did any of you guys bought or purchased Flux license? Because I know it's not an easy. I mean, I think this has been the most expensive purchase or same day purchase that I've made pretty much in my life without regret. So I'm interested to know if you guys also purchased the license. You did? Cool, 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 cool. I hope you enjoyed as much as I am. Did you notice? I was wondering about this when all the weekend, because here's the thing. The web components that come bundled. I was wondering if those were going to be compiled or just open so that you can look inside of them and see how they work. WebIpsum Multimedia. Hi, man. How you doing? You did? Awesome. So I was wondering about that. Obviously, I couldn't. The package that came with the free component already came with JavaScript precompiled, so you could not see how the web components looked under the hood. But the ones in the Pro license you can, and I just have to show you. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm not going to share any secrets, but give me a second. Sure, it's gonna be okay. So check this out. Vendor. Where is it? Livewire. Flux Pro. JavaScript. Look at all those components. Look at them. If you click on one of those, you can see the web component in its entirety, and it's just awesome. I just can't wait. I couldn't do it today because I was busy, but I just can't wait to just go through the entire code of every single component and just see how are they made. It's so interesting to me. Like, if you don't know about web components, it's basically you're making your own HTML elements, and they behave like HTML elements. And those HTML elements will have their own pocket universe, their own document that you can traverse and modify and query and everything without affecting the page or the document where they are used. So this is incredible. Like this, for example, in the UI dropdown, which extends UI element, the first thing one of the first things that he's doing is making sure that there is a trigger, and that means that it's looking for a button inside this UI dropdown, and if there is not a button, then it's going to give you an alert saying you don't have a button here. So you can examine the contents and the document of your component and make sure that everything is in place, and you can assign classes to the element or the template that conforms your web component. Is just so many things to, yeah. You can have events on trigger, for example. You can have trigger events on your web component. You can set attributes. You can remove attributes. You can react to changes to your component. It's amazing. But yeah, enough of that. I know not everyone has a license, and obviously it's not what we're here today. But I just had to show you. What we are doing today is working on where did we left off last week? Let me check. Last week we were, did I have a user here? It's been open for a while. Not now, please. Wait, I need to run. npm run dev. Here we go. Okay, that's more. Sorry for the flashbang. We're going to fix this in a moment. Stop. Not now. Okay, so I think the route that we had was ats create. And we're going to work a bit on this form. The main things that I want to do today is basically make this look better. We need a header at the top. Let me zoom in a bit. We need a header at the top, which is part of the app layout, but we're not using a header. We need to, the content of the page is just flat against the edges. We have the submit button here, and we need to modify the last button on these on this form. Plenty of things. Also, I want to find a way to do the review of the information, because right now we're using a form, but in the review, I need to show read-only information about what you just filled in the first step. And I thought that I could do it with InfoList components, but turns out you cannot mix and match those. You cannot use InfoList entries on a form and vice versa. So I think I have a link to a solution that might work, but we are going to try it out today and see how it actually works. Let's start with the header, shall we? There should be a title in this page. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, we can do it in the create add template here. Oh, in the template actually. So if we take a look at the dashboard, maybe. Yeah, let's take a look at the dashboard. See, this the app layer has a slot that we can use to show the header. So if I'm not mistaken, we can just copy this, head back to the template for the create add component, and we can place this outside the root element. Like so. And let's change this to, how do we call this? Create new add. There it is. Okay. So that's one thing. And next, let's work on this content here. I guess a dashboard would be a good idea. good place to look into. Let's see. So this, sorry. This here is the rounded element in the center. So I'm guessing we could just copy these two lines. And then we just have to close one div here. Looking better already. Nice. Let's get rid of that submit button. We don't need that. It's actually this one right here. And we need to add a button. Why are you going? Okay. We need to add a button at the end so that we can submit this form. And I think the documentation has a code snippet for this. Oh, I didn't send the post. I forgot. Boop. I think Discord as well. Go away. Go away. All right. Let me open Filament documentation and let's start reading about this. So this is in form builder in the wizard layout here. Here. Let's actually use this one so that we can use the yeah, let's use the filament button. I'm gonna copy this whole thing here. Route get adds create categories log, create adds class, name adds create. Yep. Well, we're not using the logs right now, but yeah, we're probably going to. Are we going to? Yeah, we should. But yeah, that's it. That's how it should look at the end. Categories. You're talking about category. We're not dealing with categories though. It's just create ad. There will be no ad categories in this app. Copy and head over to create ad. And where is it? Where do we put it? Actually, let me fix the indentation here, but because I remember I was getting a lot of troubles with the VS Code to conform to the actual indentation. Doesn't really like it, so I'm gonna just put that there and move this back. I said back there. And same thing with this guy. And I suppose you're going back as well. Mm-hmm. So looks like this one here is the problem. So let's move it up here so that we can then take this whole thing and move it 1. That looks better. Auto select for again, are you talking about categories? If user that without select. Okay, let's put this here. And it looks much more clear. And then where's the submit action? Should be here, right? There. Now everything's back to not being indented. Okay, that's fine. So new HTML string, I need to import all of this. And then blade, render. Yeah, I'm not really following. If use that without select. Yeah, if you're referring, okay, so there will be no categories, so I'm not gonna use any categories log for the ads. The route I think looks almost like that, including the name, because I am using a full page component for the create ad. Well, yes, I am. I don't remember. Yeah, here. So I am using a full page component here, protected by authentication and with a name. The only thing that I'm not using from that code snippet is the categories, because we're not going to use categories in this project. It's just going to be one route for creating one ad, and that's it. Later on, we're going to have, maybe we can use a slug for the order, although I don't see how that should be SEO friendly, which is generally what the slug is. But we'll worry about that when we get to it. Okay, so we're rendering a filament button, and let's change this to create ad. No, let's leave it at submit. Really? Submit action. Oh, that's on the 4. Okay. Hold on. I have to put it on the form. I'm a dumbass. Here. But wait. Hold on. Hold. Yeah, it's on the wizard layout. Submit action. Am I putting it in the form? I'm putting it in the form. Should be here. See? On the wizard. Whoop, right there. Yeah, okay. All right, see, should be at the very end. There it is, submit. Now, there is something that is starting to bother me, and that is the colors. Because everything here is amber, but Breeze comes with indigo and white. So maybe we should take a moment. Well, we would have to do two things, because if I change the primary color to indigo on Filament, that's going to affect the buttons as well. So I might as well just change the colors of the primary button that comes with Breeze as well, and just make everything indigo with white text. So first, let's go here and let's change these colors. Now, where did we change colors? From a service provider, boot method, or middleware, you can call the filament color register method, which you can use to customize which colors Filament uses for UI elements. In this case, we want, I guess we can do it on the app service provider. Let's go and see. App service provider, app providers, app service provider. Here we go. So let's do it on the boot method, and we just need to use filament color register. This would be an array, and we're only going to change the primary. So primary, and this is going to be color. None of this is the one that I need. Filament support colors. Here we go. Filament support color, indigo. With only that. Okay. I like it. I like it. Now the buttons here. Inspect. Let me see the colors for this. Specifically the well, text color, hover, and background. So that BG custom. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Okay. Replace indigo to primary in all components. Yeah, I'm going to start with the button, but all of the components from, it's Breeze, the one that I have to change. So with just using the colors in the app service provider, we are done with Filament. So Filament has all of the primary colors changed. Now I just need to take care of the button on, which is the one that is to match primary. Yep, that's correct. So hover, BG custom 500. Looking for the dark. So this should be on light mode, BG indigo 600, text white. And then on dark mode, it's 6 and 5. let me open the primary button real quick. So that'll be primary button.blade.php. Can we make this? What was the command to line wrap? Alt C, Option C. There it is. Okay, so BG Gray 800. No, we are going to need on light mode BG Indigo 600. And then hover, 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 hover. Where's the hover? X-ray, uppercase tracking, dark hover, focus, dark, focus, active, outline, focus ring, ring offset. There is no hover. Okay, let's add it. Hover, BG, Indigo, 500. Line 3, 1, 2, 3. There is the dark one on hover. Ah, there it is. See, yeah, there you go. Thank you. So come back here. Let's undo what I just did. Okay. Okay, so that takes care of light mode. So on dark mode, we have dark BG Indigo 500. Same? Okay, but it goes to 400 instead on hover. Okay. So dark hover BG Indigo 400 and a focus. And focus, I don't like that. So let's make it Indigo, same as the background. 600. Indigo 600. Dark focus, PG, Indigo 400. Active, VG, Indigo 400. No, wait, 500. 6, 5, 6. And then on dark, BG active, BG Indigo 400. You want to make everything 600? Well, I do want a difference on hovers and on actives. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the active and focus same as hover, so that they do have a slight change in appearance, and then 600 is the default on both light and dark. Although on hover, so 600 is the baseline. On light mode, it goes up 1, so from 6 to 5. On dark mode, it goes from 6 to 4. I need to change the text as well. Ring indigo 500 offset focus. We'll see how it looks. Maybe there's something that we might have to change, but we'll see. So the dark text, actually it's always text white. There is no dark variant for the text. Let's go and check how that looks real quick. All right, so failed the dark background. So the hover is fine on dark, but the background is not. So let's change that. Here it is. Dark BG Indigo 6. That's better. So now it looks pretty much like this one. Kind of looks a little darker, don't you think? Yeah. Is it me? I think it does. Yeah, because it's 500, not 600. So now this one looks like this, and the one on profile. Yeah, that's the right tint. All right, cool. And let me see what happens if I... There. It's active and it has the hover color. I think I like that. Yep. Yep. Let's add a few more fields here. There's not going to be any data connected to it, but I just want to get the feel of it. So in the type of business, for example, let's add a few options. Also, that's not going to be the name. Let's see. I don't know. Let's make some stuff up. Like, I don't know, digital goods. Events and entertainment. What's the other one? Services. Yeah, it's good enough. We can make it a bit more detailed later. Add as Enum. I'm just trying to do it quick right now, but yeah, as soon as I don't even know right now if this is going to be a table or not. I just want to see something in the dropdown so that I can select it and take and carry the value over to the second step. So we'll do the more detailed stuff on a second iteration. Right now, I want to see how it looks, even though it has no data in it. So the enum is not really a requirement right now, but it is a good idea. I don't remember. Let me take a look at the actual page that I'm using as a base. Sorry. This page is so ugly. Okay. This is type of commerce or service, type of business. Then the add radio station. I need to have a radio station drop down. Let's add it right here. You know what? I am going to add it as an item. Let me just let me see how I can carry the value over to the second step. And before we finish, I'm going to add an enum because it doesn't matter if the value is going to be in the database or not. I can map the enum value to a database value. So it's going to be useful. So yeah, we're going to do the enum thing. By the way, this options, oh, never mind. So let's say radio station A. Not to get hung in the details. B and C. Options. Come on. Okay. 3 values is enough. I just want to take this, at least this and this. The add copy, I don't think you have to review the add copy. We're going to give the user like a play button so that they can listen. Well, we should give the add copy so that they can compare the text with the audio, make sure that it matches just in case. So yeah, maybe 3. I'll take over the 3. So what I researched for this was, where is it? I have it in my notes. So there is this component called Placeholder, which is basically the equivalent of a info list entry, but on the form builder. So let's take a look at that. So you just make a placeholder and you can add whatever content you want. So this will be the label, and you can add any content that you need. All right, that's good enough. All form fields require a unique name. That also applies to placeholders. Very important. You can render HTML directly in the content of a placeholder. I wonder if you can render a Livewire component inside a placeholder. If you can do HTML string, you can do HTML string, what I just did here. You can do HTML string and then pass a blade render, and then render, instead of a blade component, how about a Livewire component? Will that work? That'll be interesting. We'll try it out. Let me keep reading. Dynamically generating placeholder. Okay, so yeah, we can use this get parameter to get the state of other fields, and that's what I need. So let's do this. On the review, I'm going to add 3 placeholders. So forms, components, placeholder make, and let's call this, first one would be service review. Second one would be the add copy review. And then we need another one for the radio station. Okay. Let's start simple. Let's start with a new HTML string. And then let's do a span class text white text SM. And then we are going to need to pass the content here. Oh, this whole thing needs to be in a callback function. so that we can pass get in here. There. Now we can concatenate get and then pass the closing span. All right, and what we are getting is business type. Okay. Any errors? Yes. Did I not import? Yeah, I didn't. Okay. So if I move now, there is nothing here, just the labels. So if I go back, I can select digital goods and then move over and 0. 0. Oh, okay. I know what's happening. I didn't use... So the key of the array in the options for the select, it's what gets assigned as the value. So I need to do this. So let me do... Let me see. Come on, work with me. Oh, okay, fine. I'll do it the old way. And try to be fancy. You think that they need live? You know what? They might. But then how did I get 0? Let's see. I think I saw a video of yours on Saturday. Well, I'm hoping you liked it. Hey Jordan, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. What was the video about? Okay, so if I do that, save. Laravel Cashier, yeah, that video has been getting traction. The thing that worries me is the people are complaining about the webhooks. And it's very strange because I've tried to replicate the behavior that people are commenting about. Like the webhooks are running, but the subscriptions are not being saved or reflected in the database. And I haven't been able to replicate that on my local environment. It's very strange. I hope you didn't have any problems though. If you did, let me know and I'll do my best to help you. But yeah, that was an interesting video to make. All right, let's see. Let's see if I need to add live. So nothing here. Select one, move over. It didn't need live apparently. So we're good. But yeah, I understand what you mean. I believe in, maybe it was an update or something like that, because yeah, I remember that when I did this once on the, where was it? The pet clinic, was it? That I had dependent drop downs. Bad after change. I mean, look at it. Digital goods, I go back, change it to entertainment, next. It's reflecting. I didn't need to add live, which is weird because I do remember that I need to add live at some point. Maybe not anymore. I didn't use the CLI. I did run into that issue, but it turned out I didn't have the event selected that it would send. Yeah, that'll do it actually. Yeah. But I'm glad you figured it out. So you didn't use the CLI? That means that you were running it on a server? Let's see the add copy. I don't think I did. Okay, so let's go back. I need to change the ID for this. I wasn't using the Stripe CLI. I did use Artisan to create the webhook though, using Expose. Oh, I see. I see what you mean. But wait. So let me get this straight. You use the Artisan command to create all of the webhooks, which means that if Laravel receives an event from Stripe, then that Artisan command makes it so that Laravel listens to that and then updates all of the tables. But if you didn't use the Stripe CLI specifically to listen to Stripe events or postbacks from Stripe from within your local machine. So that's the Stripe CLI. That's what I use the Stripe CLI for, so that you can create like a local server that is listening for those events on Stripe. Because Stripe is just going to do a post to whatever your app URL is, which if you're working locally is going to be localhost 8000 or myapp.test, which is not available on the internet. So it makes sense that the postback from Stripe, whenever you make a transaction on their portal, is not going to reach your local dev environment. So the Stripe CLI makes it so that that actually happens. So if you're not using the Stripe CLI, that means that your server or the app that you're running has to be available like on the web so that Stripe can reach it. Expose is expose something from Nginx? I'm not very familiar though. Okay, how do I do multi-select? I remember I need, so it's Control V to block select, and then is it A? Come on. Why? No. Sometimes Veeam drives me crazy. So I'm gonna do it the old way. So I do this, and then Alt 1, no? Wait. Why can't I freaking edit? Never mind. Whatever. I have to practice. I haven't practiced Veeam motions in a while. Expose like, oh, I see. I've never used ngrok to expose my local environment out to the web. Never done that. Interesting. All right, let's copy this content thing and let's put it here. And the get is going to be add copy. And then copy this one. Paste it here, and this will be radio station. So digital goods, something, radio station B, next. Yeah, that's interesting. I do remember specifically that if you wanted to do this, you had to set the parent field, the one that had the value, set it to live, otherwise the value will not carry over. That's really interesting. Maybe an update or something. I don't know. You piqued my interest, Jordan. Let me check something. I know there is in the pro version of Herd, you have the ability to expose your website, but I've never heard of ngrok. Yeah. All-in-one API gateway, Kubernetes, ingress, DDoS protection, firewall, and global. So that's an $18 a month service. Kokaso, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. Yes, ngrok is necessary when you need to listen to webhooks. Not necessarily, no. You could still listen to webhooks, at least with Stripe. Let me just make that clear. At least with Stripe, you can still listen to Stripe webhooks locally without ngrok. You just need to use the Stripe CLI. Webhook testing. So this one's for free. Nice, nice, nice. I'm going to try this out. Is there a Mac OS? Yes. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, I'm going to try this out. Maybe after pressing the button, it will update. Yeah, I think that's... Honestly, I don't know. I was fully expecting having to add live to all of the step 1 fields. Let me see if it is updating. Go back. Let's check the network. So if I change one value, ooh, that looks weird. Fresh. Why is that all the way up there? Are you seeing that? Weird. Okay, let's just... You're weird, man. So there is no network activity. You change one value, there is no update on the component. And yet, oh, it's when the change. Yeah, there it is. So when you change from one tab to the other, there is a refresh of the entire component. So that's why. If you weren't moving between screens, which that's what I was doing in the pet clinic, if you do it all in the same screen, then yes, you'd need to add live to your dependent fields, your parent fields. Looks like here is not necessary. Good to know. Let's try with a Livewire component. I'm interested to see if it works. Let's do this. I'm going to add one more placeholder. Forms, components, placeholder, make, new, wait. So in this case, I don't need really need a callback function. I can just do new HTML string and then blade render. And here I can do something like Livewire. My component, for example. So let's create that component. Wait, let's give it a label. Okay, let's create that component because right now it's complaining. Yeah, okay, that's a good error. It's telling me that it can't find that component. If that works, that's really interesting. I can think of a lot of applications to this. PHP artisan make Livewire my component. Okay. Let's give it some content. Let's open my component and let's add a button that calls a method in the Livewire component, so that we make sure that we also get interactivity in the placeholder. So let's say you can use the X primary button. And let's do wire click. Hello. So now let's go to my component class. Let's say public function hello. And let's just dd. Hello. Ooh, something happened. Can't move. Why? Why? Oh, come on. Do I really need to use a callback function then? Okay, let me try that. Oh, I know what's. I am dumb. Okay, come on, focus. There, I need to add the content. There, you paste the HTML string with the render and your Livewire component and blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see if that works. Does it work? Does it work? Does it work? Hello! It works. Oh my god, that's very interesting. I can do a lot of things with that. The first thing that comes to mind is the web player. That could be a Livewire component. Just like a play button here. And that'll be a component that will play the sound or the text-to-speech. Text-to-speech from, yeah, as soon as we click next, we just take the ad copy, send it to OpenAI, show a loading screen here, and then on review, we just show a play button to preview the audio. And that play button is going to be a Livewire component. And now that I can study the web components that Caleb created, I can try and create my own web component. I've seen a tutorial of someone else doing it, like creating it like a web a custom web player using a web component. Now I can do that and mix it up with Livewire. Exciting. All right, how much time do we have? I want to add yeah, we have time. Let's add the enums and we close it out with that. I just need to remember how to use enums because I haven't done it in a while. That's why I decided to do it, because I haven't done it in a while and my brain is just amazingly fast to forget things. Like getting something in my brain takes an inordinate amount of time and practice, like for it to solidify. Once it's there, I just have to keep thinking about it, like repeatedly practicing. If I stop thinking about something, it goes away like that. I don't know what's in here, but yeah. Hard to get in, easy to get out. I'm sure no one's going to take that out of context. Okay, so let's create a new enum class. Is there a was there a PHP artisan command to create enums? There is, right? Make enum enums. Enum, oh, okay. I need to give it the enums. How do we call this? Service? Business type? You have everything here. Like there's nothing missing. What is missing is my short way of calling PHP artisan. Have you noticed that every single person that you see on Laracon, for example, they always use like AR and then the command? I need that. I need to stop typing so much. Okay, so we have the business type. Let's also create one for the radio station. Do I want one for the radio station? That's my question. I think I don't need one for the radio stations. And now I'm hesitant. I'm second guessing myself. I will create one right now, but I'm guessing I'm going to drop that as soon as I get to the database part where you can create radio stations and manage those via an admin panel. We'll get to that later. That's a later me problem. A future me problem. So that means I can just use the class here in the options. Let's do that and break it. Change this for business type class. Then go to radio station, select inside parentheses, change in radio station class. All right. Save that. Everything hasn't broken. It's just empty. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to the business type class. And we need to do a couple of things here. We need to implement, okay, make this a string and then implement has label. Enum business type string implements has label. As soon as you do that, you need the get label method. That was weird. Hold on. Yes, it's because I'm implementing. So public function get label. That's better. And then here, I just need to return something. Yeah, let's just return this name. It's gonna be pretty simple. And then for the options, we said that we wanted business type. Let's just add the other three. So it'll be case, digital goods, case digital goods. This is like this. Come on. That'll be equal to. See? I remember the syntax already. And then digital goods. This would be entertainment. There it is. And if I select one, I can still see it here. Let's finish the radio station one. So enums, I didn't create it. Dear Lord. Come on, out here. What did I do wrong here? Oh. That. Wait. No, no, that's not what I wanted. I need the value instead. There it is. Yeah. I need the value on this one and on radio station 2. Much better. Hello. All right. I think we're going to end it here. Next week, we're going to work on, what are we working? Probably just fleshing out the form a bit more. And we're going to start working on the ability to book ad slots. So it's going to be like an appointment system of sorts where you can select a date and then a time of day, and all of that should be able to be configurable on an admin panel by some admin, saying this radio station has these dates available at these times of day, and the user can select any of those and select and then be charged for each and every one of them. So yeah, we're going to start with the database part of that next week. Maybe flush out this form a bit more. All right. Thank you so much for everyone that showed up. Jordan, Kokaso, Abdul. Why can't I? There you go, Abdul. Web Ipsum, Hamad. Thank you so much, Jean Pierre. And of course, Mark. Thank you everyone for showing up. And for everyone else, if you found any of this helpful, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, before I go, let me see if I can. First of all, let me see if I can raid and if I have someone to raid with. I thought that was very interesting. Let's see. Can I do it from here? You don't have to stay if you're not on Twitch. No? Raid? Fine. There is this guy coding with strangers. Yeah, let's try that one. Start the raid. One viewer is ready to raid coding with strangers. I'm sure that's the bot, but that's fine. Raid now. 2 viewers. Okay, that's better. Okay. Bye, everyone.